Hi, today lesson we're going to focus on simplifying radical expression with variables. Okay, so let's take a look at some examples. Okay, suppose I have square root of 36 x to the 4 y to the 5th. Right, and then I remember I can rewrite this as 36 x to the 4 y to the 5th, all of that to the 1/2 power. Rewrite 1/2 power. Because 1/2 powers is the same thing as taking the square root, right? Okay, so if you remember, one of the rule of the exponents is that if you have a bunch of term and you raise that whole things to another power, then all you have to do is you take each of the term to the power, raise to the power, right? So I'm going to take 36 raised to the 1/2, x to the 4 raised to the 1/2, and y to the 5th raised to the 1/2. Okay, so it'll be 36 to the 1/2, x to the 4 to the 1/2, y to the 5th to the 1/2 power. Okay, so 36 to the 1/2 power is the same thing as square root of 36, right? So square root of 36 is 6. X to the 4 to the 1/2 power. And again, if you remember a different rule of the exponent, if you have a number or you have a variable raised to a power, and then you take the whole thing raised to another power, then all you have to do with the exponent is you multiply them, right? So I'm going to take 4 times 1/2. Half of 4 is 2, so it'll be x squared. Right. And y to the 5/2. Okay. All right. Now we can simplify a little bit more further with y to the 5/2 term. So instead of y to the 5/2, I'm going to rewrite it at y raised to the 2 1/2. 2 1/2. 2 1/2. Well, if you remember another rule of the exponent, right? I can write. I can split that y to the 2 plus 1/2 as y squared times y to the 1/2, right? So 6x squared, y squared, and y to the 1/2 will be square root of y. And that will be our final answers. Okay. All right. So one thing here is that one of the advice from me to use here is that when you do these kind of problem, make sure you write large and neat. Okay, because when you write it small, all the number and all the letter and exponents kind of tangle together, and it's hard for you to see, and you can make mistake easily, right? So you'll be amazed by the accuracy you achieve if you write large and neat. Right. Okay, so let's take a look at another example, a little bit more involved. So example number 2, I have 4 root of 32 x to the 6 y multiply another 4 root of 2 times x times y to the 4. And you think that's it? No, not even close, right? And I'm going to divide all of that by the 4 root of 4x cubed y squared. Okay, so that's a biggie. All right. So I see as the process, the thinking process here is pretty straightforward. I see I have a lot of 4 root here, right? I have 3 4 roots. So what I can do is I can bring this all into one big 4 root, right? So because I have the same index everywhere, I can bring it into one giant 4 root, right? And everybody will be underneath 32 x to the 6 y times 2xy to the 4 divided by 4x cubed y squared. Okay. Now, instead of leaving this in a radical expression, I'm going to change it into rational expression. So the 4 root is the same thing as 1/4 power. Okay. And then just rewrite what inside 32x to the 6y times 2xy to the 4 divided by 4x cubed y squared. Okay. All right, let's simplify what inside the parentheses first before we take care of the the 1 to the 4th power outside. Okay, so I see 32 simplify, cancel with the 4, that will leave me 8. 8 times 2 is 16, right? So 16. And for the exponents, x to the 6 times x to the first, right? X to the 6 times x to the first. Remember one of the rule of the exponents, if you multiply two variables with the same base, all you have to do is you add the exponents. Here's the rule, right? If I have a to the m times a to the n is equal to a to the n plus n, right? All you have to do is you add the exponents. So it's going to be x6 plus 1 would be x to the 6, that's x to the 7. And then for the y term, I got y to the first times y to the 4, so that'll be y to the 5th. Okay, y to the 5th power. Divided by x cubed y squared. Okay. All right, let's continue, simplify a bit more. So 16, that just stays 16. For the x term here, I have x to the 7 divided by x cubed. Again, one of the rule of the exponents, if you have a to the m divided by a to the n, all you have to do is, you subtract the exponents, right? It will be a to the m minus n. So 7 minus 3 is 4. It will be x to the 4, and then y to the 3rd, right? Of course, divide all of that by 1, but usually we don't write, right? I'm just going to leave it there just for a laugh, okay? Okay, so just equal to, now we distribute the power, right? So it'll be 16 to the 1/4, x to the 4 to the 1/4, and y third to the 1/4. Okay, so 16 to the 1/4 powers is the same thing as taking the 4 root of 16. So I need to find a number that times itself 4 times to get 16, right? 2 works, right? So 4 root of 16 is 2. X to the 4 to the 1/4, so that's just x. And y to the 3/4. Nothing we can do about y to the 3/4. If you want to change this into radical expression, you can, right? So it'll be 2x times 4 root of y cubed. Okay, or you can write the y cubed like this. You can put the cube root, the cube power outside. Okay. And that will be our final answer. Right. So as you can see, simplifying radical expression is not big of a deal, right? As long as you you be careful with all the bookkeeping and be careful of all the canceling the factors, then we home free. Thank you for watching.